Welcome back to Spirit Sherpa, the show that helps spiritual entrepreneurs find success, sovereignty, and something else that I can't remember right now because I didn't look it up. And it's a new tagline, so it is what it is. I'm your host, Kelle Sparta. I'm a transformational shaman and spiritual business coach, and I help you to find your success and sovereignty. So, uh, today I'm going to talk to you about resistance and about anytime there's a lack of energy in your business. And I'm experiencing one of those days today, but I really needed to get this podcast done. Was supposed to do it last week and I didn't. And I'm like, okay, I just got to get myself to do this, right? And so here's the situation, right? When you are going into a situation and you're finding that your resistance is high, then what you have to look at is why, right? Why is the resistance high? Is it high because you are not feeling comfortable with what the thing is that you're going to do? If you're feeling incompetent, right? Or is it that you hate the task that you're going to do? You're dreading it? Or is it that your inner child's having a temper tantrum because you haven't given yourself a day off in like 20 years? There's lots of reasons why we have resistances, right? And so we just have to look at and identify what the problem is, right? And then in addition to that, there's also this factor of sometimes there's just no energy for something. And so, if you guys are subscribed to my newsletter, you will have gotten the story about what happened last week. And I'm not going to go into the story here, but suffice it to say that I got triggered as crap and I had to take some time to process. And so the entirety of last week from Tuesday morning till the end of the week was spent processing. I couldn't work. I just couldn't do it. And so that's not resistance, that's processing, right? And thankfully, I give myself enough space in my business to usually be able to pull that off. But the stuff that has come in now is different. So I got a little bit done on Saturday. That was fine. And then Sunday I got a little bit done, because I'd taken most of the week off and I was like, okay, I'll get a little bit done. And then yesterday, nope, nope, I was not going to do anything. My inner child is just like, nope. And then today it's not my inner child. Today there's no energy for what it is that I wanted to do. I need to do a bunch of different things and there was no energy for it. And so what I had to do was negotiate with myself, right? Because there's no energy for it. And usually when there's no energy for something, there's a reason for that. Things are going to go wrong, whatever, whatever. But in this instance, because I am doing a podcast and I know the podcast has to happen and the podcast happens every week and I've been doing it for 8 years and I don't miss them. And, usually I can manage to get my podcast out. But today I was just like, oh, I just can't face it. Like putting on makeup is too hard. Setting up my background for my podcast is too hard. Sitting down and doing it in that chair in front of in front of the desk is too hard. And so I went, okay, don't do it that way. Don't put your makeup on. So if you're watching this on video, I don't have any makeup on. And I'm not sitting in front of my normal backdrop because I was like, I could sit in the backyard and do this. And so if you're hearing a little wind, if you're listening to the audio, that's because I'm outside. And I wore my earbuds to try and improve the sound quality because I usually don't try to record on anything other than external mic because I like to have good sound quality for my podcast. But today it was too hard. And I wanted to get the video out. So sometimes you do it imperfectly in order to get it done, is really what it comes down to. And sometimes you just let yourself be vulnerable. I'm being honest with you guys. Life is not perfect all the time for me either. And so, I do the best I can with what I have. And I called my friend and I was like, I can't get myself to work. And she's like, well, she said, how about you do a little bit of work and then come over and go swimming at my house? And I was like, okay, I can do that. So this is my little bit of work. Plus, I'm gonna have to review the travel insurance for my retreat that's coming up in September in Tahoe. So, if you're curious about that, you can find it on the website at kellesparta.com. You can also subscribe to the newsletter there if you it's at the very bottom of the homepage. Or if you sign up for Boundaries for Empaths, you could also that'll put you on the newsletter too. But I send out a weekly newsletter where I talk about sort of timely things, whereas the podcast can be recorded many, many moons in advance. So for the timely stuff, you get it from the newsletter. And so, I'm going to do those two things, and that's going to be my day. And that's okay. I will do the next thing that I have to get done tomorrow. I told my husband, I said, the worst part about all the resistance I'm experiencing is that what I absolutely have to get done this week is about 2 hours worth of work. Everything else is optional, right? And I said, it's 2 hours. How can I not find 2 hours, right? And the answer is, well, some days you can't, right? So, what are you thinking about right now? What are you dreading doing? What are you resisting doing? And how much work is it actually? So that's helpful, right? Because you go, oh, I have all this stuff to do. And then you think about it, you're like, it's 2 hours worth of work. Not a big deal. And so when you can chunk it down and get realistic about how much time it takes, this is how we get ourselves to fold laundry too, by the way. Laundry, I have timed it. Laundry takes 5 minutes to fold when the two of us do it together. Oh, I look at him and go, 5 minutes starting now. And he's like, okay, because otherwise the laundry will sit in the basket forever. Same idea with your business, right? How much time is it actually going to take you? How much? We think it's going to be a lot more effort than it is once we sit down to do it. So the key is getting over that initial hump of getting it done. Sometimes that requires body doubling, getting somebody to sit with you while you do it or getting somebody to help you with it. Sometimes it's just, okay, 5 minutes, right? Once you get started, if you say, I'm going to work for 15 minutes, right? And you get started, usually you'll work past that 15 minutes because you're already in the groove, right? But at least if you don't, you get 15 minutes done, right? And with the way the world is right now, with the energies that are in the world right now, things can be challenging and we're in over our heads a lot. And so it's important to honor your body's needs and your emotions, right? This is why I took most of the last week off, is because my emotions were not going to let me do anything else. And this week I've been doing a lot of physical exercise and trying to get out more and really making an effort to take care of my body. Because when we are in resistance in our mind, it's often helpful to get your body moving. Because if your body moves, your mind will follow. And so all of these things go to say that, today is about looking at whatever you're resisting and doing it. Most resistances are avoidance resistances. It's just, I don't want to, too hard way, right? Reviewing travel insurance is no fun, right? I don't want to. But I need to, I'm running out of time, right? And so, the thing that you dread the most should be the thing you do first thing in the morning so that it does not hang over you the whole day. Do it first, get it out of the way, and move on. Okay, so what are you resisting today? What is the thing you're dreading the most? Go do that and then go celebrate that you did it, because that's what I'm going to do. And I'll make sure to send you a little video clip from the pool. And that's all I'm going to talk to you about right now. I mean, this is going to be a short one, guys, because, it took everything I had to do this. But the message is complete, right? Just get over your resistance and get your work done and, give yourself a break. Go celebrate, take a break, be chill for a while. You do not have to push yourself 24/7 in order to be successful. And in fact, in this business, if you don't take your downtime, people do not come. They don't schedule calls. they don't work with you. They cancel their appointments. Why? Because you feel fried and they don't want to be part of that. Consciously or unconsciously, they pick up on it. I've got 22 years of experience to back that up. Okay. I've got one more thought for you while I'm here. If you are someone who is really looking to get your business off the ground right now, like you are serious about getting up and running and doing well within a year, then I want to invite you to look at uh, my spiritual business apprenticeship, because I work with you side by side on that apprenticeship for the year. We work on absolutely every aspect of your business. You work with me to help craft your offer, to help craft your sales page, to help craft your marketing. The whole process, start to finish, you and I will do side by side, and I will help you through the whole process. And so if that is something that is appealing to you, I mean, we talk every week. You have Marco Polo access to me all the time. And it is an ongoing process. And we really work on getting your business going properly. If that appeals to you, then go to kellesparta.com and click on the spiritual business apprenticeship. And if you can't find it there, it'll be in the show notes, because I think I might have built the page on the new sales, on the new their website. And I didn't, I haven't, I don't know if I've linked it from the website, from the Kelle Sparta website. I will try to do that before this comes out, but it'll definitely be in the show notes. Okay. So that's what I wanted to mention to you today. So, have a good day. Go get something done you've been resisting. Make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. Share this with a friend that you know needs it, because you are a good friend and you want them to feel better. And I will talk to you next time. And remember, what you focus on expands. What you intend is what you create. So choose wisely.